it's also about dogs. Um, Here I'm thinking of the Egyptian dog god Anubis, who was the one who traditionally led souls to the afterlife, and also of Niebla. Niebla was the dog of the poet I translated, Rafael Alberti. Niebla was adopted by Rafael Alberti and Pablo Neruda during the height of the Spanish Civil War. They found her wandering one night and they adopted her, and she became his companion all through the wartime years, companion at the front. I also want to say about Rafael Alberti, he was born at the very beginning of the 20th century, and he absolutely believed that he was going to make it to see the millennium. So this poem is called Anubis. Anubis, for Rafael Alberti, died October 28, 1999, El Puerto de Santa Maria, Spain. Rafael, at the moment when you died, I was in a small club in New Orleans. You would have loved it. Spanish dark wood walls, a leaf red pressed tin ceiling, a patio lit by a moon just past the full, and crowded with the large leaves of banana trees and palms, just like your own trees in our periphery. The Rebirth brass band played. Young guys, exuberant with their new sound, stepping up and down the room, inside, outside, led by the sax man in the second line parade of a black jazz funeral. Oh, Raphael, I was at your wake and didn't even know it. You once told me the story of Niebla. You gave the orphan dog this name after she came to you out of the mist one dark November night in '36. Franco was bombing Madrid, and Niebla's home and family had been lost. With Neruda, you were out walking the streets when she appeared. She led you through your wartime years, companion at the front, where you read your poems to the soldiers, and in the heavy truck, loaded with the Prado's greatest paintings, which you drove all night to safety. And later on the mountain, where you said her leaping reacquainted you with joy. El Puerto, between midnight and sunrise. I imagine another Niebla approaching you out of the dark. First blackness, then a black dog manifesting. The suddenness and red glint of hummingbird. Quick look of invitation, expectation, ears cocked, tongue out, tail up. She waits until you rise and follow her. Come like Anubis to lead you from the living. I hope she led you well, Raphael, and I hope when you arrived, you could hear the music where I danced. And the last poem before more music. It's also set, or references the Spanish Civil War. It's called Sid's Story. And it's the story of Sid Harris, who's a veteran of the Abraham Lincoln Brigade, those Americans who joined other international volunteers, including the Irish volunteers in the James Connolly Brigade. And they fought fascism in Spain during the Spanish Civil War. I was lucky enough to meet a lot of these guys through my poet, Rafael Alberti. And one night I was hanging with them in a bar in Madrid, and Sid told me this story. This is his story. The Lincolns stood in groups around the bar. Keller was telling of a battle. Pappas of the time he swam the Ebro under fire. Someone said Gandesa, and you told your story then, a small flower opening at the field's edge. I didn't think I'd make it through the night. That was 50 years ago, lying in a ditch outside Gandesa, one leg shattered, and a bullet shouting in my arm. Our troops had gone, and Franco's would be there at any moment. Do you know how dark it gets out in the country? I saw 3 figures coming down the road, black detached from black. Who? Then it was clear, 3 women, 2 in widow's black, and one young girl who said she would come back to me with food. Asuncion, the opening of heaven. A long time lapsed. Asuncion returned. All that passed between us I can't say. I'd lose consciousness and wake to hear her singing. She cradled me like I was something precious. She was the one, my moon under the pines. A second moon, dove's head, it was an egg she proffered. Delirium's dark wind shape-changed our supper, warped the Spanish clouds. The water in my cup came from her breast. Below us, night migration shook the grove. Herds of tramping brutes, smashed branches, shadow crowds. We held on for weeks that night. Franco's men passed through. With light came the more lenient Italians. Russo, they asked me? No, I said Chicago. Ah, Chicago, Al Capone. They grinned at me, made sounds like Tommy guns, and spared my life. Sent me to jail instead, but I never saw Asuncion again. Throughout my life, I've relived that one night. I sleep, fall through the darkness, wake up in her arms. She is singing low in Spanish. I am dying and am falling fast in love. It's the last night I will ever see her face. The end comes soon. And yet these 50 years, she's what's appeared when I've looked at the moon. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sing a song called Viva la Quinta Brigada. It's a tribute to the Irishmen who went to fight in the Spanish Civil War, and written by Christy Moore. 15 years before I saw the light of morning, a comradeship of heroes it was laid. From every corner of the world they came sailing, the 15th International Brigade. They came to stand beside the Spanish people, to try to stem the rising fascist tide. Franco's allies were the powerful and the wealthy. Frank Ryan's men came from the other side. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passerán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Sing that again. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passerán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante, adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Bob Hilliard was a Church of Ireland pastor. From Killarney across the Pyrenees he came. From Derry came a brave young Christian brother. Side by side they fought and died in Spain. Tommy Woods, aged 17, died in Cordoba. With Nafiana he learned to hold a gun. From Dublin to the Villa del Rio, where he fought and died beneath the blazing sun. Viva! Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passerán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Many Irishmen, they heard the call of Franco, joined Hitler and Mussolini too. Propaganda from the pulpit and newspapers helped O'Duffy mystic truth. The word came from Maynooth, support the Nazis. The men of cloth, they failed again when the bishops blessed the blue shirts in Dunleary as they sailed beneath the swastika to Spain. Viva! Viva la Quinta Brigada! No passeran the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Again. Viva la Quinta Brigada! No passeran the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Even the olive trees were bleeding as the battle for Madrid had thundered on. Truth and love against the force of evil, brotherhood against the fascist clan. Now this song, it is a tribute to Frank Bryan, Kid Conway and Dinny Cody too, Peter Daly, Charlie Regan and Hugh Bonner. Though many died, I can but name a few. Danny Boyle, Blazer Brown and Charlie Donnelly, Liam Tolson, Jim Straney, Pearlie Payne, Jack Nalty, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy, Jim Foley, Tony Fox and Dick O'Neill. Viva la Quinta, viva la Quinta Brigada! No passeran the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Last time. Viva la Quinta Brigada! No passeran the pledge that made them fight. Adelante was the cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Thank you. And what key is this in? Carolyn said this song is too high for me, and I said this is a song about winning, and you have to shout it. And the chorus goes la 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 rumba la rumba la rumba la 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 rumba la rumba la rumba la 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 la. Ay Manuela, ay Manuela, ay Manuela, ay Manuela, la 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 la. Ay Manuela, ay Manuela. Okay, Carol's gonna lead us tonight. Carol. Viva la Quinta Brigada, rumba la rumba la rumba la. Viva la Quinta Brigada, rumba la rumba la rumba la. Que se cubría tu gloria, ay Manuela, ay Manuela. Que se cubría tu gloria, ay Manuela, ay Manuela. Luchamos contra los moros, rumba la rumba la rumba la. Luchamos contra los moros, rumba la rumba la rumba la. Mercenarios y fascistas, ay Manuela, ay Manuela. Mercenarios y fascistas, ay Manuela, ay Manuela. Great. En los frentes de Jarama, rumba la rumba la rumba la. En los frentes de Jarama, rumba la rumba la rumba la. No tenemos ni aviones, ni tanques, ni cañones, ay Manuela. No tenemos ni aviones, Rumbala, rumbala, rumbala.
Salimos de España.
Rumbala, rumbala, rumbala.
A luchar en otros frentes.
Ay, Manuela, ay, Manuela.
A luchar en otros frentes.
Ay, Manuela, ay, Manuela. Verse again. Viva la quinta brigada. Rumbala, rumbala, rumbala. Rumbala, rumbala, rumbala.
Que se cubría tu gloria.
Ay, Manuela, ay, Manuela.
Que se cubría tu gloria.
Ay, Manuela, ay, Manuela. Biscuits and wine for everyone, and stretch your legs. Just a 5-10 minute break maximum.